Why is spending money so hard? Like big decision money. Not the flat-footed fiver you find while doing laundry. No, I'm talking about life-changing cash. Enough cash to walk into a dealership, drop a bag of stacks at a salesman's desk, and let them know I want to have it prepped by the time I get back from McDonald's. Say, I don't know, about 15 grand. I don't know about you, but that's enough capital to give me pause and consider my options. Especially when said bike in question, the 2022 Yamaha Tracer 9 GT, is built on a platform that costs nearly $4,500 less at $9,500. Is there no way to dupe the system? What's up, y'all? I'm Chase, and on today's episode of Shifted, we are focusing on our loaner Tracer 9 GT. We've had a bit of a thought experiment going on after seeing a handful of comments all in regards to the steep price tag, and that got us thinking. If we start with a base model MT09, can we build our way up to a Tracer 9 GT for cheaper? And what better way to delve into this rabbit hole than window shop on RevZilla? So let's get into it. First up, the heated grips. Now, it was still pretty chilly when we first received our Tracer 9 GT, so needless to say, we utilized the heck out of these phalange fryers. However, we did notice that the heating wasn't really consistent. After a while, the grips would cycle themselves off and then back on again. It wasn't a super big deal until big miles on really cold days, but it was an abrupt realization when rainy 40-degree weather came around, and while doing highway speeds at that. The cycling feature isn't even acknowledged in the owner's manual, so was it a malfunction or something Yamaha was hoping no one would notice? Besides the spasmodic nature of the sausage sizzlers, the amount of heat the grips put out was top notch. There are 10 settings, with the lowest being optimal for that first brisk day just before the first leaf falls, and the hottest for those days, well, when you feel like you made a wrong turn and ended up in Jotunheim. A set of grips from RevZilla will run you anywhere from $111.99 to $210, added to the base cost of a 2022 MT09, which brings our total to $9,610.99. Second is this little bad boy right here. Blink and you might have missed it, but there's a 12-volt outlet conveniently placed here on the shifter side of the front fascia. Initially, we thought this was the absolute best thing since the invention of the quick shifter. This outlet is in the optimal position to charge your phone, GoPros, GPS, you name it. Dealer's choice, really. But then you notice a glaring issue. There are no retainer clips on the detents to keep your charging plug from falling out. Typically with the 12-volt outlets, there is some type of security measure in place to keep the 12-volt resources from backing out from the vibrations of the vehicle. Somehow Yamaha missed this small detail, and it resulted in our editor Bo losing his phone charger. Not a huge deal breaker since 12-volt chargers can be cheap and readily available at gas stations, but something to be cognizant of if you spring for a quality fast charger. Our quick and dirty solution for this was to utilize the absolute stockpile of gaffer's tape that we have here in the shop. Now, it's not the best solution, but hey, in a pinch, it did the trick. Now, yet again, from RevZilla, we have a range of options ranging from $20.66 to $85.49. This bringing our new total up to $9,631.65. Something else to note, Yamaha offers a 12-volt outlet from their accessories page for $49.99, but since that price falls in between the highest and lowest offerings from RevZilla, we'll just sweep that under the rug for now. Third, the seat situation. Now, Yamaha isn't exactly known for the most comfortable seats in the world, hence why they offer OEM replacement comfort seats, typically embossed with the corresponding bike's moniker. For the Tracer 9 GT, Yamaha saw it fit to equip the bike with comfort seats right out of the box, and there's been no complaints around the shop. Now, the MT09, however, wasn't so lucky. So that'll be $249.99 from Yamaha, but that's if you can find one. OEM comfort seats seem to be out of stock more often than not. Now, you can always look around the internet for scalpers and secondhand seats, but that's a lawless wasteland, and we won't be diving into that today. Now, sadly, our preferred Revolution-based merchant doesn't carry any aftermarket seats. Tis tis. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Corbin, however, does offer a comfort seat for a mind-boggling $618. So after you somehow acquire 2 Yamaha comfort seats, you can then sell both of them, hopefully for a profit, and then you can be able to afford the Corbin seat. Best of luck with that. That brings our total to $9,881.64. The fourth, may it serve you well. Yamaha's windscreen on the Tracer 9 GT isn't exactly perfect, but for one that's meant to service people of all shapes and sizes, it ain't that bad. The screen even has the ability to manually articulate if you do fall into one of those camps of wanting to change the screen. Yamaha offers an OEM upgrade. Now, the MT09, being the naked bike that it is, comes sans wind protection. For those that would like to add the windscreen, RevZilla offers 2 options at $220.29 and $276.30. We have now passed into the 5-figure territory with a total of $10,101.93. Still well beneath the price tag of the Tracer 9 GT, but we still have one last thing to touch on. The fifth and final feature of note with the Tracer 9 GT is the bags. If we're being honest, the side bag system on the Tracer 9 GT is probably the most developed feature on the motorcycle. Everything is key-to-like, so it uses the same key as the ignition. There are handles that are integrated with the locking mechanism, and we touched on it a little before, but just in case you missed it, down here at the bottom connection point, Yamaha made the decision to use a rubber material for a semi-rigid connection, thus transmitting less vibrations to the rider and the overall experience. If you were wondering if there was some sort of name for such wizardry, yes there is. It's called Gura Gura, which translates to wobble in Japanese according to Google, as well as shaky, loose, and indecisive from other various sources. There's a wrinkle for your brain. Now, since Yamaha doesn't offer any OEM bag options for the MT09, we shall pull only from the Zilla of Rev. Now, on the low side, we have $135.95, and on the high side, we have $629. That brings our grand total to $10,824.74. However, for what you save monetarily in this category, you lose out on quite a bit, seeing as neither aftermarket options offers all of the boxes with all weather protection, comparable volume, or a fancy schmancy semi-rigid connection. Not to say the aftermarket is bad, but having the options to leave your helmet with your motorcycle secured and from the elements is always a nice option. No matter which path you choose to take, you can build something similar to the Tracer 9 GT for around $4,000 less than what Yamaha is asking for, though there is one glaring issue that we intentionally omitted from our list. One of the absolute best features of the Tracer 9 GT is the electronic suspension by KYB. Inadvertently, a member of the team, who shall remain nameless, was riding 2-up and went over an unpainted speed bump going a little too fast, and luckily the electronics were able to dampen what could have been a monumental upset into a minor hiccup. If you decide to go down this route, you can always upgrade suspension components to better suit your needs. However, currently no one offers electronic suspension for the MT09 or the MT09 SP. We did, however, try our best to find a comparison price though. Öhlins offers an electronic rear for a mid-2000s ZX-10R, and we found prices from $1,300 to $1,500. Now, if you multiply that by 3 for a rough estimate of $4,500, and we are pretty quick back to square one, even if you do all of the work yourself, and even then, the suspension settings won't be integrated into your dash. So yeah, I guess the Tracer 9 GT really is worth the price tag once you add all of the individual components up. Good looking out with the hookup, Yamaha. However, I do like the idea of a budget build. Maybe an ideal episode for a future shifted episode? Who knows? You all tell me in the comments down below. If you guys want to reference any of the parts we mentioned in this video, we'll make sure there is a list in the description for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Later. Outro crew, thank you guys for getting to the end of the video. Make sure to put Oshi in your comment and let us know, which would you guys buy? A brand new MT09 and mod it up all the way, or just go with the Tracer 9 GT that's already made and ready for you. Thank you guys for getting to the end. We'd love you guys a little bit longer, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.